Hello everybody, my name's Ayozie and I would like to share an art journal process page with you today. This is my art journal. I made this quite recently and I made another video to illustrate how to use one of these because I have a couple of art journals like similar to this in my Etsy store. And so this is my art journal and I'm going to do a page in it. So I usually have some collage papers ready to go, and there's just only a couple of pages done in this journal because it's new, and this one is a birdie. I've got birds on my mind at the moment, so this is a bird page, little one with some fabric. This one I did already in a video and I'll put the link to that video if I can in the description below. And this is a page that I did I think it's a couple of days ago. I'd spent the day drawing birds and I did a journal page about it, so there's just a couple of bird images. Oh, actually no, there's 3 bird images that I collaged on and there's this beautiful peacock feather. And today I think I'm going to do a page about birds again, but I am in fact going to use some of the birds that I painted a few days ago. I did some watercolor birds and these are them. So there's a robin, there's a bluebird, so cute. I don't know the name of this bird, and then there's that one. But I don't want to use the originals in my journal. So what I did was I scanned them into my computer and I have printed some out, which I may use a couple or something like that in here, and I'll probably work into them to freshen them up a bit. So yeah, that's the plan. So here we go. So I always like to start my journal pages with a bit of collage. So I've got some papers here and I think I'm just going to stick them on with some Mod Podge. So I'm not thinking too much really about where I place the papers because I have no set idea what I'm going to do for this page. I'm just simply enjoying sticking papers down basically. And these papers may or may not be showing at the end of this process, so I'm not overly attached to them. I'm just allowing them to inform maybe some of my color choices perhaps, or something. We'll see how we get on. So I'm just going to choose some colors now. Actually, I'll just start with the purple and then see where it leads me. Let's grab a fairly big brush. Oh, I really like that. Okay, so I think I'm gonna add a couple more colors. So I've got this lovely magenta color, and that is, what have I done with it? This one, I can never say this word, quinacridone magenta. And this one is flesh tint. So I think I'm going to add those two colors next. And again, I'm not really thinking too much, really. I'm just playing with the paint. That's the whole point of this process. It's just finding joy in the simple application of paint to paper, of sticking papers down, and it's just playing. And some things might work more than others. And it just really doesn't matter, because this art, the art journal is just for me. And even though I'm recording this, I may not, if it's an absolute disaster, I may not share it. So even that, so I've taken the pressure off myself. It doesn't really matter. It's more important that I'm sitting here this evening just playing with paint. And that's the joy of art journaling. It's just making time to be creative and engaging that part in that childlike part of us that just enjoys splodging paint around, which is exactly what I'm doing at the moment. And so yeah, I'm just sort of layering the two colours, the flesh tint and the magenta, and it's giving me quite a nice pink, which I quite like. I usually tend to be drawn to blue. Is my favourite colour to paint with, but today I thought I would try something else, although it may end up being blue. Who knows? So I'm going to introduce this colour. And I'm grabbing a clean brush this time because I just want to add some dots, because I quite like this blue here, so I am just going to add some dots of blue here and there to the page. And this is one of those colours that it doesn't matter if it blends, because the paint underneath is still wet, but I know that at the very worst it would just give me purple. Okay, I'm going to let this dry a bit more, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so whilst the paint is drying in my journal, I'm just going to work into my birdies here. So I think I'm going to cut them into smaller pieces and work into them a little bit more. Okay, so I've decided to use these two bird images of mine, and I am going to work into them a little bit more. So I've just sort of shown up the writing a bit more with some biro. I'm using Biro because I don't want it to run when I stick it on, because I don't think my other pens are permanent ink. My page is slightly wet underneath, but never mind. I'm just gonna add a few details. I love this little fella, he's so cute. And I think I'm going to put him somewhere there. And this, my little robin friend, is probably going to go somewhere here. But what I'm going to do is work into them a little bit more with some watercolors this time. I'm going to pick up on this green, some of the green that's here, and I'll just paint that a little bit more onto the robin. And so that's a robin. And I think I'm going to pick up on that magenta colour in watercolour. I don't know if you can see that. I don't think I might have run out of watercolour purple, so I'm going to use some acrylic. But I'll do that actually after I've stuck it on. So let's stick you down, my furry friends. They're not furry friends, are they? They're feathered friends. So, Mr. Bluebird, you're going to go over here. And my robin is gonna go here, I think. Yep. And this is where using copier paper comes into its own, because it's very lightweight, so it sticks down really easily. Okay. And there's this bit of music, scrap bit of music paper that I've got lying around, so I think I'm going to stick that down. Where shall you go? Maybe here. And I'm just going to find some more music paper, which I have handily tucked away in the front pocket of my journal, so I haven't had to go far. It's just there. And I am going to put this one here next to this birdie as well, because he's singing a beautiful song too. And so the page is starting to come together. I really like it. I'm going to have to let these dry. Well, I'm going to dry them. I'll see you in a mo. Okay, so the page is pretty dry, and I'm just going to work into it some more. So I'm going to add a few more marks and lines with some colouring pencils. I have a few of these Prismacolor colouring pencils that I'm just going to work into, I don't know, yeah, work into the birds a bit more. I wasn't sure actually if it would work on top of the dried Mod Podge, but it does. Not so well actually. Oops. I just smudged some colour on there. Tell you what, I won't use these then. That's not working so well. You live and learn. I'm going to try something else. Let me see what I have in my magic. I'm going to try some Neocolor water soluble ones instead. Okay, so yeah, I've just got these water soluble Neocolor wax pastel crayons. That's a lot of words to describe one thing, but there you go. I'm just going to put those on and then work into them with some water. And they're a little stronger than watercolor, so I quite like that. Because it's actually turned out to be a really vibrant page, which I love. Put some there. And this just kind of blends the papers that I stuck down into the page, and I'll do that a bit more with some acrylic paint as well. It just adds texture and interest. And whilst I'm here, I'm going to play a bit more with these circles. I wasn't so keen on what I just did there, so I'm just going to cover it up. And so the white is just brightening up the page a bit. It just kind of pulls everything together. And also, if I do choose to do some writing on this page, then the white spots are quite handy because I can write on them. I probably am going to write here, so I'm going to add some more white to that. Okay, it ended rather abruptly the last time because my camera stopped filming, but basically I'm pretty much done. what have I done? I just, I can't remember where I left off, but yeah, I just added a few details of yellow. So there's some bit of yellow here and there. And I did add a bit more of that color. So here and there, but yeah, I think I'm pretty much done. I just wanted to say goodbye properly because we were so rudely cut off. I hope you've enjoyed this journal page share. I'm probably going to do a bit of writing here, maybe there or something, but you'll see that at the very end. So thank you for watching. Take care now. Have a great evening, morning, wherever you are. Bye-bye.